A nurse shakily read over the patient list before saying, "Miss Rosina has asked not to see any visitors. She's still recovering from the house fire." "Please, I have an ointment she asked for." Vynx panted. He was out of breath, with sweat dripping down his temple. He could feel a pit forming deep in his stomach. "Are you one of her servants?" the woman inquired. Vynx ignored his pride and nodded. The nurse in the doorway gave him an uneasy look. "Very well, but please try not to agitate her," the woman whispered. She hesitantly allowed Vynx into the medical ward, guiding him past the rows of beds and other patients until they reached a corner sectioned off by a pale beige curtain at the end. "Miss Rosina, you have a guest. He brought you something to help you feel better," the nurse said softly. Vynx could hear the pity in her voice as she moved the curtain aside just enough to let him through. The woman lying in the hospital bed barely resembled the glamorous mistress Vynx had seen merely days ago. Her hands and limbs were wrapped in gauze bandages, while the rest of her body was hidden under a cheap blanket. Half of her face was covered in bandages, but Vynx could see the deep red burn marks marring her formerly flawless skin. Her emerald eyes, once brimming with passion, were dull and empty. "Rosina. Gods, I'm so glad you're still alive." Vynx exhaled in relief and sank to his knees by her bedside. As her head rose to acknowledge him, the woman's eyes widened in abhorrence.